Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Friday, the 9th of August 2024. In today's Millwall news, it's a very long video. There's so much to get through. We're going to have to be very quick and just get on with it. So let's do this. Today, of all days, they have decided to launch the third kit. So this is from millwallfc.co.uk. Millwall launch 24-25 third kit. Millwall Football Club is delighted to reveal its brand new third kit for the 24-25 season. The strip is manufactured by Esse and decked out in Docker steel colours, allowing the Lions to head back to their roots. The patterned shirt consists of a V-neck collar with black trim on the sleeves, shorts with black trim, and socks with black tops. So there you go, there it is there. They went over to Heron Keys and videoed, did some pictures and stuff there. You can see it there, a kind of white and silver, white and grey situation, a sky blue and white logos and a rear logo, again with the black trim. Langstaff was there as well. The Maguava logo is in black. So there it is close up, and at first glance it did look like that the Millwall badge was kind of like just very flat, and it looked like it was an iron-on one, but you can see here there is some stitching. I mean, oh my god, look, I think that's Casper de Noor. Look at Casper de Noor's finger and where his finger goes onto. You could follow his finger along. And look at the stitching there. Like right there by his finger. Look how ropey that is. So yeah, and then you can see the stitching up above. It looks like it goes through the letters of Millwall. So, I mean, it looks really pretty ropey. But a lot of people were saying, oh, this is their favourite of the three kits. Personally, I can't see it. I would prefer the home kit. Obviously, it's retro. I'm of the age where I like that kit, the Fairview kit. And then I would choose this, and then I would choose the green one, dead last. So there you go. Yeah. So that's the third kit. So the kit, which will be worn throughout various away matches in 24-25, is modelled by Macaulay Langstaff, Casper de Noor and Jeffet Tanganga from the Lions first team, and will be available to purchase online and in the Lions store from 9 AM and 10 AM respectively on Friday the 9th of August. So this was published today in the morning. So the day that they decide to start selling it, they tell you it's for sale. Fantastic. And we have this from the new guy in charge. Millwall's Mark Fairbrother pens a letter to fans on eve of season. So like Steve Kavanagh used to do these monthly letters, we've got the one from Mark Fairbrother. It would be nice if we could see a picture of the guy. I don't think we have a picture of him. No, we don't. It would be nice if we could know what he looked like. But there you go. So this is obviously again from Mill's website. So I'm going to start reading this, and I'm going to interject as we go along because I don't have time to read it all and then come back. As we make our final preparations for our opening league game this Saturday against Watford, I'd like to start by thanking you all for the welcome messages since I arrived at the club. The position of managing director is one I do not take lightly, and after meeting so many of you at the Den ahead of our Southampton Our Fans Forum and in Spain during our pre-season trip, it's only enhanced my enthusiasm and desire to drive Millwall forward even further and continue to make it a club you can be proud of. Friday the 2nd of August marked our first fans forum of the season, enabling us to discuss a number of important topics both on and off the pitch, which I will go into further detail on later in the column. Our trip to Spain was one to be proud of, and collectively as a football club I would like to say I completely echo Neil Harris's post-match comments against Real Murcia. To see so many fans join us in Spain for our pre-season camp and watch on at the Pinatar Arena for the two friendlies was incredible. It was a fantastic atmosphere on both occasions, seeing familiar faces join us from England as well as Millwall expats living locally, and I am delighted everyone had a memorable week. Moving forward, we want to build on this and welcome more of you to friendlies abroad in future seasons. Indeed. that is again, I would say, I think one of the reasons why this was so successful is the rowdy crowd, because it was last minute. They probably didn't have time, and they didn't want to spend the money on the flights, because I was looking at the flights, they were like £130 one way, and that was on Ryanair. So if you announce it more in advance, you might get a different crowd turning up, and be aware of that. Back home and off the pitch, we are working extremely hard to develop the best facilities for our management and players across the club, as well as ensuring the fan experience continues to grow positively for those visiting the Den throughout the week and on match day. As discussed heavily at the Fans Forum, progress continues to be made on the development of all 4 sites. The Den, West Kingsdown, Calmont Road, which is the first team training ground, and Well Hall Academy training ground. We are excited to see those plans develop steadily. At our site in West Kingsdown, we're progressing with several essential surveys as part of the planning conditions granted to us. These are a time-consuming, although essential part of the project, but allow us the time to ensure that our plans deliver what we need, both in the medium and long term. Since Sevenoaks Council approved our application to build on the site back in October 2022, a number of factors outside of everybody's control has shifted the initial timescale of completion that was originally in mind. Our desire remains to have a state-of-the-art training facility for the first team and academy, and we will continue to work towards this as the club's long-term objective. We have seen completion costs rise significantly, and with that in mind, we are now working at the site in phases and ensuring financially we do not overstretch ourselves, whilst also trying to invest in the playing squad. As with all Championship clubs, we are loss-making, and as such owe a huge debt of gratitude to the Berylson family, and are conscious of this support in our decision-making process. Whilst work continues at West Kingsdown, investment also continues at our current sites. It is essential we continue to improve and develop Calmont Road and Well Hall for our first team and academy, and give our teams the best opportunity to recruit, prepare and compete throughout each season. Over the summer, there have been significant investment into the pitches at Calmont Road to mirror the Den's playing service, whilst improvements have been made to a number of facilities. Plans have commenced to build a new changing room for the first team, allowing our under-21s to move into the vacant bigger space. So there you go. Now, I did tell you in videos on the Daily Mirror that they were installing stuff, pipes and stuff, drainage stuff on Calmont Road. So you have seen that from, I think, White Horse Contractors or something like that. Over at Well Hall, we welcome the news that Blackheath Rugby have agreed to purchase their training ground where we currently rent, and look forward to continuing working with them to develop the facilities further for the benefit of both clubs. This reinforces our objectives and dedication to give players at all levels the best we can, and constantly look at ways to improve our facilities to support this. So are Blackheath Rugby on board with this? Obviously, if they were renting from a landlord and you were renting from the same landlord, as long if you're intrusive, maybe they want you to leave. Obviously, now they own it, probably they will get the rental, they will get the rent money, and they'll get that. But you still have a landlord. It's just a different landlord. So yeah, there you go. Here at the Den, great steps have been made to improve your matchday experience. The introduction of our new online ticketing website guarantees we are on the most modern and efficient system that has great capabilities to handle the increasing demand for tickets and the way the club can market them. Yeah, that's for you. That's it says improve your matchday experience. That's not for us. That's for you. That's for the club to make more money. Which obviously we all want the clubs to make more money, because then they can buy better players and we can all have a jolly good time every Saturday. But yeah, this isn't it's just the ticketing website, mate. It's actually the user interface is quite complicated to use. Every time I try to log in, it tells me to update my details, even though I've done it literally every time I do it. I have to update my profile. It's fucking annoying. It's not just because you've got just because the graphics look good doesn't mean, wow, that's a fantastic website. One of the biggest and best websites in the world, google.co.uk. You may have heard of it. It's pretty plain. It doesn't have a lot of fancy graphics, really. It's just mostly a white fucking screen and some things that pop up. It's not overly complicated. It's not fancy graphics. There's not a lot going on there. And it just gives you information. It used to be really good. Now it's kind of shit. But again, keep it simple. Like, just because something's got fancy graphics doesn't mean it's great. And the new ticketing website don't look that great to me, to be honest. It doesn't look that great. So yeah, we'll wait and see on that one, I think. I know the introduction of the new system has caused some delays compared to previous seasons. However, the ticketing, marketing and hospitality teams have been working tirelessly on this to get us ready for the new season. I want to thank them for their hard work and dedication throughout this time. If fans have any specific queries on tickets in advance of Saturday, please contact the ticket office, who will be able to assist. In addition, the ticket office will be open at 9:30 AM on Saturday to help with any questions you have. Yeah, well, I don't know if you know this. If you're a season ticket holder, you probably don't know this. Nobody's got any memberships yet. They when the memberships came out, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, maybe longer than that. We haven't got them. They haven't been sent out. Because I believe that they were probably thinking, oh, you know what? We won't give people cards this year. And then they figured, oh, hang on. We probably need to give people cards for some reason, which I've forgotten now, but I think there will be a reason to give people cards. And they've had to do it last minute. So there's obviously something's going on. It's the first game of the season, and you haven't got membership cards in people's hands. Like, what's going on? Now here's the thing, maybe so many people bought membership cards. Obviously, they haven't been bragging about how many things they've sold. Are season tickets down? Are memberships up? Are season tickets stable and the same? Are memberships down or the same? Obviously, we know that they've increased the age for the OAP discount from 63 to 64. A lot of people not happy about that. They were waiting for that. They were counting down the years. They were going, oh, I'm 60. Happy 60th. Happy 61st. Happy 62nd. Oh, next year I can get my OAP discount. And then, oops, no, hang on. I have to wait another year. And they're really not happy about that. So have those people decided to downgrade to a membership? I don't know, but we'll wait and see how that works out. If you need to get some tickets, I would suggest you get down there early, because this is going to be an absolute bloodbath tomorrow. An absolute bloodbath. The queues. Wow, the queues. An amazing amount of effort and hard work from everybody associated with the club last season saw a record average attendance at the Den and 9 sellouts across a tough season on the pitch. It is our objective to replicate those numbers and go even better this season, which is a key for the growth of this football club. Well, good luck with that. We are aware that the latest introduction of the bag drop facility has been met with varying opinions. Incorrect. It has not been met with varying opinions. It has been met with one opinion, universal across the board. Blind rage. This is just everybody hates this as an idea. They hate it as a prospect. They hate it the way you've implemented it. They've hated the way that you've waited until 4 days before the season starts. Again, what the hell is going on? Why is everything so late? If you can see on the page there that the squad, if you click on that squad and then go to first team, the players' pictures are still from last season. They haven't had a photo day yet. What are they waiting for? They don't have a photographer? Like, is he on holiday? Like, is everyone okay? Well, like, you can't get the players to gather and get them in their shirts and take pictures of them. and then upload it to the website. You can't have the team photo. Where's the team photo? You don't do that anymore. So yeah, everything is just weirdly late and bizarre for some reason. Is this because they went out to Spain? I don't know. Obviously, a lot of staff. You can see behind the scenes, a lot of staff have left. Even the doctor's left. The physio guys left. But even behind the scenes, like the graphics guys left. A lot of people have left. So what the hell is going on? Yeah, this season is a very weird season. It's not like they were fired. I think they've gone and they had to replace them, and everything's just really late. So yeah, varying opinions. No one universal opinion of disgust. It is never the club's intention to cause inconvenience for you, or to involve unnecessary additional finances in order to be fully compliant with Martin's law, which isn't a law yet. It has not been passed yet. You do not have to do this yet. Following the inquest into the Manchester Arena attacks, the club has built a self-contained unit at a significant cost, which can provide a space for larger bags to be stored. The safety of our supporters and all those at the Den on their match day is our primary concern. Yeah, the £6 is because they've already, I don't know if they bought a shipping container with some holes in the side, and they're going to use that to hold everyone's bags. So, which suggests if people stop bringing in bags, are you just going to start nitpicking and say, "Oh, guys, we need to make some more money on the shipping container stuff on the bag drop because it costs this X amount and we are not getting enough bags, so you need to be strictly enforce the bags more so we can make more money." You know what I mean? Again, there was someone who said that they've heard that they're going to be quite lenient with all the bag stuff, and it's like it's going to be a case of, oh, if they know you, and they're friendly with you, and it's you again. Hey, all right, Dave, how's it going? They'll let you in. But someone else, if they're trying to get the same thing in as you, it's like, oh no, sorry, you have to pay £6. So there you go, two tier bag drop. The drop-off facility, which will also combine as a Millwall Sports Club hub to assist fans on match day, will be staffed at all times. We will continue to liaise with the MSC to ensure the voices of supporters across the fan base are heard. Exemptions for medical or childcare reasons are available, and purchases from the Lions store are allowed into the stadium. For further information on this, supporters can contact our dedicated support liaison officer at slo@millwallfc.co.uk. Yeah, so they're literally, this is another thing about being ambiguous. They're saying clear plastic bags can come in because that's what they put the stuff from the club shop in. So if I go to the club shop, buy something with a clear plastic bag, go home, empty the stuff out, keep the bag, and then come back with the bag, am I going in? Can I bring stuff in? Like a sandwich in some tin foil, can I bring that in, or are you gonna tell me to F off? You know what I mean? Like, there are also changes to parking arrangements at the Den for the coming season, with us moving to zonal parking areas. So not man-marking parking areas, zonal parking areas. Obviously, it's all the rage these days with the tiki-taka. From the Sheffield Wednesday game onwards, we will also be introducing QR codes access to the car park to make it simpler for people with parking to get access. Simpler, not make it easier for them, and so it costs them less money. It's simpler for you, you see. Unless your phone runs out of battery and your QR codes don't work. But it's simpler for you. As with previous years, the car park entrance will be closed 45 minutes before kick-off for safety of supporters, so please ensure you arrive early. Elsewhere at the Den, I truly believe we have one of the best fan zones in the Championship, but we are still keen to boost this even further and maximise the space we have available to use. It's fantastic to see it constantly packed out, and over the summer we have been exploring ways to improve the food and beverage offerings, a variety of live music and bathroom facilities. The club has made significant progress with its van zone in recent years, and great strides continue to be made in order to provide a better matchday experience for you. We will keep evolving this over the season, so please watch this space. Yeah, apparently they put some toilets outside. I guess they're like the kind you get at a festival, the cubicles. But how much is that going to cost? Are you choring fans for that as well? Is it going to cost them £1 to take a shit? Because obviously that costs money as well. You need to hire them. So you're going to pass that on to the fans, or we're just going to, like, you know what I mean? No, what's happening here? We are delighted with the response we've seen to all 3 kit launches. Can proudly say we've been hitting record sales. Listening to fans' feedback and suggestions, the Lions store has been an area of the club that has required significant improvement. I believe we're seeing that now working alongside Fanatics. Not only is there a variety of merchandise available to purchase in-store and online, from official kits to retro favourites, Fanatics have also made a huge effort to improve the Lions store appearance and customer service. Yeah, I guess so. A lot of people moaning before about the guy that ran the Lions store. I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest with you, but I think people want it to be bland and corporate like a lot of stores are now. They want it to be like that. They don't want stores to be real. They don't want it to be local. They want it to be to look like just to be, you know, the modern and crap, in terms of having no atmosphere and stuff, you know, just being completely bland and soulless place for shopping. Which, if you've ever been to a place and you've seen all the middle-aged women going through there, just pouring through all this crap in TJ Maxx, and just looking around you and staring in disbelief at people just rummaging through stuff that they've got no intent on buying, and just like, what is everyone doing? They look like fucking robots. But that's how it is nowadays. You go to the store and just rummage around it, and then you buy stuff because you're trying to fill a void in your life, rather than sitting at home thinking, you know what I need to buy this, that and the other, and then you go out and get it. This time it's just you buy stuff for the sake of buying stuff. Anyway, let's carry on. I'd like to welcome and thank our new front of shirt sponsor, My Guava, as they commit their support to the club on a long-term deal. Not only is this a huge positive commercial deal for us, but it's also an indication of the positive trajectory of the club is heading in to recruit global brands and increase the awareness of the club internationally. My Guava's support shows their faith and belief in the project of the football club, and we look forward to working with them for the years to come. Well, when that was announced, I told you about My Guava. If you don't believe me, go to their Trustpilot and see all the stuff that they've been doing. I thought, well, give them a fair shake of it. Maybe that's they had a bit of an issue where they had a promotion and people were taking the piss. But I've been back recently having a look, and it's still going on. They haven't improved it. So it seems to be a business model that they just they do things, rather unfortunate things. Finally, Saturday is our opportunity to come together to remember a much-loved friend, teammate, partner, brother, son and colleague, Matija Sarkic. It will be an emotionally charged day where we will smile, cry and laugh together at the memories we have of Matija. Not just as a player but as a person. We are honoured to be joined by Matija's family in the ballroom, as well as pitch-side pre-kick-off, and we hope to do them proud with our planned tributes. I would advise that supporters take their seats early, as we're expecting to head towards a sellout crowd. I can't wait to see and meet more of you on Saturday, where I know you'll be with us every step of the way. Be loud, be passionate, be Millwall. Turn the den into a deafening fortress we know it can be. Come on, you Lions. Yes, indeed. I think they advise you to get there for 12:15. I would say probably earlier than that. If you need to collect tickets, get there as early as you can. I mean, and if you've got a bag, if you have to have a bag that you like, if you're coming by public transport and you don't have a car, you can put it in the boot. Come there as early as you can and get your stuff in the £6 bag drop, and there you go. Now, moving on to this. Kavalli Heywood signs new Mill contract. Obviously, 2 players missing. Heywood and Josh Stevenson. Still haven't heard about Josh Stevenson. We assume he will be going to another club. That's up to the other club in terms of if they agree to do the deal and let it go to tribunal, because they may be on the hook for $1 million or 2 million, but we'll wait and see. Maybe they reject it and say no, which has happened in the past. Abdul Malik, but again, so we wait to see. So Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce that Kavalli Heywood has signed a new contract with the Lions. The attacker, one of the stars for Larry McAvoy and Chris Ferry's under-18 side, 23-24, will now remain at the Den for the foreseeable future. So there, number 48. Heywood will look to make the step up to Kevin Nugent's under-21 side this season. Hit the back of the net with regularity last year and can play across the front three. He will hope to be in action as the Lion under-21s take on Burnley in the Professional Development League opener on Tuesday the 13th of August. Details for this fixture at the Den will be confirmed soon. That game will be at the Den. Soon. Obviously the game is literally 4 days away. So I mean, again, here we go, waiting for the last minute. Now, moving on to this. So again, literally the day before the game is kicking off, the day before Watford. Did they not have calendars down there? Do they not know how to? I guess, here's the thing. I'm going to let you in on a secret. I have 2 calendars that I'm staring at right now. One is on the fridge. It's magnetic. It's stuck on the fridge. It's a massive one that you can write on. It's a whiteboard calendar. I have another one over the other side, which is a Romain calendar. Hello, Fia Pasitas. Thank you very much. And it's stuck on the wall. It's one of those ring binder ones that's hanging up. I have real calendars that exist in the real world that I can look at and see immediately everything that's going on. I don't look at a calendar on my phone. It's a waste of time. I would suggest that Millwall buy some calendars and stick them on your wall. Ask Theo if you can get a discount at Ryman's. I'm sure he'll do you a deal. Yes, please do something, because you're doing this the day before the game kicks off. Is that the way you run a business? To try and sell stuff for people, you literally tell them at the last minute. So, Millwall TV Plus packages for the 24-25 season have been confirmed. With regards to Millwall TV, the place to watch or listen to live matches, supporters can now purchase annual and monthly packages for the new campaign. Now, with Millwall TV Plus, if you were subscribed last season, do not subscribe again. It will auto-renew. My one, I think, is set for the 5th of August, so it probably already happened. I probably should check on that. 4 packages are available, including an annual video subscription for international fans, which is currently at £140 in the early bird offer. This will rise to £170 on the 1st of September. This package allows you to watch every Millwall game from the Sky Bet Championship across the season. Asterisks, more on that later. Beginning with Saturday's visit of Watford. So you mean tomorrow's visit of Watford. Alternatively, an individual match pass can be purchased for £10. So £10 for 46 games, that's £460. That's a lot. Allowing overseas supporters to tune into the first game of the season. Man, that is a hell of a lot of a difference from, blimey, £460 to £170. Damn, bro. Audio passes are also available worldwide for running commentary of all Millwall matches. When you say worldwide, does that mean UK as well? Due to Sky Sports broadcast agreements, no fixtures will be able to stream in the UK in the 24-25 campaign and beyond. So yes, you can see the asterisk there means unless selected for broadcast. So there are games that are being selected by the international provider of games. It's not Sky, it's someone else. and I think it's different in terms of wherever in the USA, because there are going to be some games on Paramount Plus, I believe, this season in the USA. But there's different rights for terms of worldwide, and then I think it's North America. So it's different. So if they select a game to be shown on their channel, you won't be able to watch it because they want it blacked out so that people can watch on their channel, and that's how it works over there. Fans who had an annual subscription for the 23-24 season will need to manually renew their subscription for the new season. Okay. Really, I was told that mine was going to auto renew, so maybe it doesn't. Or maybe it's Millwall TV Plus that auto renews. Okay. So yeah, this is what you're looking at. Oh yeah, the audio pass is for UK. So there you go. So that's what you can get. You can also get a monthly video pass if you're international fans. Now, what this means, if you haven't realised, if you're in the UK and you can't watch a Millwall game unless you go to Sky Sports Plus. So all of the midweek games that you would be able to watch on Millwall TV, nope, not anymore. And that's why I believe Millwall were advertising a VPN the other day, so that if you're one of these hardcore Sky refusenicks, you don't want to get Sky, you have no intention of getting Sky, you would rather chop your own dick off than get Sky, fair play to you. The only way you can do it is by paying the 170 or the 140 to Millwall, I guess using a UK bank account, but then you use a VPN on your computer to pretend that you're not in the UK. And I assume, I don't know who manages the stream. Is it Millwall? Is it the EFL? Is it Sky? Because Millwall have blatantly come out and nudge, wink, wink, and said, Millwall fans, use a VPN and pay us money. Don't go to Sky. So if Sky know about that, are they going to want NordVPN blocked? Are they going to throw the toys out of the pram? We wait and see. This would be an absolute shocker, as we've seen with the business deals that Millwall do, that if they encourage all Millwall fans to sign up to NordVPN, and then all the Millwall fans do that, and then hey ho, here we go, NordVPN gets blocked and you can't use it to watch Millwall TV games. That would not surprise me at all. An absolute shambles that would be as well, wouldn't it? So here we go. This is different. So Millwall TV Plus, this is where they show the highlights and the interviews and all the extra stuff. Is your home for video content covering all things Lions. Get exclusive access to Millwall content through the lens of our camera. There are two packages on offer: a monthly subscription for just £5 a month, or an annual subscription for £50. Experience interviews, behind the scenes videos, full match replays, wall talk, and much more. Your Millwall TV Plus subscription unlocks plenty of unique content. With monthly giveaways for those who sign up, videos will be able to watch on millwallfc.co.uk and the club's app. Please note that all Millwall TV Plus packages do not include audio video streams. The above packages are separate from Millwall TV, and I believe that does auto renew. You still do need to have a profile to sign up. So there you go. I think I need to sign up to Millwall TV then. The audio one. I should do that after the stream, or after this video. Now we're going to move on to, we've got loads of interviews and pieces from the papers today, because obviously the South London Press publishes on a Friday. If you're out in South London, pick up a copy, or you can, I think you can get a subscription online and get it delivered to your house. So yeah, this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press's online site. This season I want to kick on and really make a name for myself. Millwall's Romain Esse, excited by fresh championship challenge. Romain Esse was the match winner for Millwall on the opening day of last championship season, and the teenage talent is fully intended to make sure he has plenty of more moments to add to his highlights reel this time around. The 19-year-old attacker sat down with the South London Press on Monday, exactly 12 months to the day after he scored in the 1-0 victory at Middlesbrough. Esse, raised in Peckham and Bermondsey, netted twice in 25 league appearances in the 24-24 season, with 6 of those starts. Both Esse and Adomo Maku came on in the second half against Borough, with the young Irishman supplying the assist. Me and Ado talk about it all the time. We can still remember it like it was yesterday, said Esse, who's moved up to the England under-20 squad after being capped at under-19 level. We were really looking to kick on after that moment, but unfortunately it didn't really happen how we wanted it to. We know that we've got very important seasons this time, and we both started pre-season very well, so we're looking forward to it. Last season was mainly understanding things, and this one is the one to really kick on and make a name for myself. Talent will take you a long way, but without tactical awareness, particularly the far less glitzy defensive duties, then opportunities can be more difficult to come by. It was Esse's biggest takeaway from the lessons learned from last season when he played under 3 different bosses. I'd like to say thanks to them all, because they all helped me, said Esse, who's played 40 senior matches for Millwall. Even though it was ups and downs, we got through it, and the boys definitely grew a lot closer. We all love each other. It's about knowing how much I need to do off the ball and to do then what I do on the ball. I know on the ball is not a problem. Off the ball isn't a problem, but it's doing that extra bit so the gaffer can see that I can play week in and week out. Even last season, towards the end of it, I was ready. This season I'm very, very ready, and I'm looking to kick on. I've added defensively to my game. It is one of the reasons I've started playing again. I'm enjoying both sides of it. On the ball I can do my magic. There are glimpses of Esse's potential, the friendly against Forest, for example, when he breezed past a couple of opponents like they were not there before a sublime free pass for Duncan Watmore, who hit the bar. Oh, that's the type of stuff I'm looking to bring, he said, when asked about that moment. I can create something out of nothing. I can add a lot of goals and assists to my game with more minutes, so I can really be bright for this team. A new season brings new hope. Mill's 13th place finish in May was down to an inspired rescue act under the tutelage of Neil Harris. There has not been the incoming transfer activity to expect that the club's all-time record goal scorer will find it easy to build on that achievement. We can go very far, said Esse, who's attracted an interest from Hull City at the end of the January transfer window. But we've got to stay grounded as well. We know it's going to be a lot harder work, and as long as we do that, we'll get the results. I'm looking forward to every game. Every game I want to give them 100%, so any battle, I'm ready to take it on. So there you go. Esse is ready. So hopefully we'll see him start tomorrow, because I don't think there's a lot else, many other choices actually. So moving on, southernnews.co.uk, Bradshaw's highlights, Mill's manager's impact. Striker Tom Bradshaw says the most important thing Neil Harris has done since he's returned to the club is restore stability. Millwall fans had to endure a relegation battle and 3 managers last season, with Harris allaying those drop fears upon his return as the former boss steered the club to mid-table in the wake of Joe Edwards' dismissal in late February. The Lions thrive once again at the Den with some impressive results and performances, notably a memorable 1-0 midweek win over the eventual champions Leicester City. Bradshaw and co will be looking to pick up where they left off this Saturday when they launched their 24-25 campaign against Watford, with the Welshman also eager to avoid a repeat of last year's dramas. Well, one of the big reasons the gaffer did really well after coming in last season was just through galvanising our home form, he said. For us, it's always been really important to have that good home record and give the fans what they want to see. And ultimately, that's wins at home. We now need to make sure we can carry on that improved home form into the new season. And it was a bit frustrating that last season ended when it did, with the run we were on. And last year we had been turbulent in terms of change, and that's something we don't experience very often at Millwall. We're quite a consistent club with managers and players, so I think that played a part. And as soon as the gaffer came in, everyone felt that kind of stability returned to the club again. The results showed what stability does to a football team, and that's what we want to continue this season. Bradshaw is likely to lead the line this weekend, with some addition Macaulay Langstaff and Scottish striker Kevin Nisbet still both a little bit short of full-match fitness. The attacker didn't want to reveal what his ideal goals tally is for the upcoming 46-game championship slog, but did say a top 6 challenge is realistic. He added, "Well, we always aim for the playoffs. We haven't been a million miles off that in a handful of seasons, to be fair, apart from last season. I don't see why we shouldn't look to do that again, and we will certainly do the best we can to go for it. I do have a goals target of my own, but I always like to keep that quite private. Every striker has their own personal targets that we want to hit, and I'm no different." So there you go. I wonder if it's more than 5. There you go. Now, moving on to this from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Millwall light on playing options as they head into the Championship opener against Watford at the Den. Yeah, we're talking about Bradshaw like he's Harry Kane. Millwall kick off their 24-25 Championship campaign tomorrow at home to Watford, with head coach Neil Harris describing his selection of as light. The Lions have signed 2 outfield players in the summer transfer window, with Japhet Tanganga a permanent addition after his Tottenham contract expired, with Notts County's prolific forward Macaulay Langstaff also added. But Tanganga is suspended for the opening 3 matches after his dismissal in the Lions' win at Swansea on the final day of last season. Harris without injured trio Zion Fleming, Billy Mitchell and Murray Wallace. Youngsters Nino Adamalakai and Adam Mayer are also sidelined. Harris is an admirer of West Bromwich Albion midfielder Jason Malumbi, who is in the final year of his contract. But when our paper went to press, the Republic of Ireland international was awaiting his punishment after the FA charged him with violent conduct for his dismissal in a pre-season friendly. And I can tell you, I don't know, obviously I know the national papers, they edit their stuff and they fix things. I've never seen the South London Press and the Southern News do that. They edit the stuff. Jason Malumbi got 5-game ban, but only in friendly games, so that doesn't count. He's not banned for the first team, so there you go. So I guess that lasts until next season, and then next summer he can't play in friendly games, which is I'm sure very good. Millwall appointed Steve Gallen as director of football in May, with a key task to oversee their transfer business. We're light at the moment, not just starting 11, but also options off the bench, Harris told the South London Press. I'm very pleased with the core group of the squad. I'm very pleased with the group of players we've retained from last year. There is a possibility that a player or two might leave the building for pastures new, and that's what happens in windows, and then we need to add even more players to the group. And Japhet's training looks fine. Zion, Billy, Mitchell and Murray are the main ones missing. With Zion and Murray, we're only talking about a few weeks. Billy is a longer term one, like to the middle of September. We're stretched even at the moment. We have the normal pre-season scenario of having 2 or 3 injuries like every club, and in some ways we're better shape than a lot of clubs when it comes to the injury situation. Obviously Adam Mayer and Nino, 2 very young lads, being out longer term affects the look and the size of the squad. We're going to face some good teams, some good players and some good squads this season, and the work that's been done into this football club over the last 8 or 9 years has been miraculous in many ways. The success we've had, we delivered that miracle in the last 13 games of last season, and that's the job again, to keep outperforming the budget in the league and keep pushing forward one day to making that top 6. Millwall will remember their goalkeeper Mizuja Sarkic, who passed away on June the 15th before the match against the Hornets, and the 26-year-old's family will be at the Den. Supporters are being advised to take their seats at midday. The match kicks off at 12:30 to make sure they don't miss any of the tributes planned. It'll be an emotional and it'll be a privilege to be there, said Harris. I'm really looking forward now to the first game of the season and to the tributes to Matija. It'll be a really pivotal moment for the football club, the players, and certainly for Matija's family that will be present. And it's twofold for us. It's the first day of the football calendar, but also we get to remember Matija properly, and it will be really nice for us. So what was the target for Millwall this season? Harris said, If we look at the league table after the Swansea game, we were 13th in the table, a few points off 10th, and that has to be the starting point. We need to try and better where we were last season. The club is trying to transition and rebuild into a squad that can compete for that top 6 opportunity again. An opportunity to get us promoted is the bottom line, but we also understand that it's maybe not going to be a full process immediately, and you have to build over a period of time, and that's what the club's doing to starting to do this window. We do want success as well. The two things have to go hand in hand. Being a top half side is a starting point, but I'm also going to crave trying to get this football club to the top 6 because that's not been achieved since 2002 when we got beaten by Birmingham. And that's a personal target for myself, but first we have to build a squad that's capable of having that full process and ability to deliver that full. That's a lot to unpack there. So, from reading between the lines, Neil Harris wants to get into the top 6, but we don't have a squad that's capable of getting the top 6. So, the target is to finish in the top 10 because we finished 13th. So, if we finish in the top 10, that would be an improvement on where we were. But then he says finish in the top half. So, that would be the top 12, which would be an improvement on last season to finish 12th opposed to 13th. So, the target seems to be to finish in the top half of the table. Now, obviously, the window don't close until the end of the month, and it's closed between September the 1st and December the 31st. We can sign out of contract players, and there are a fair old few of them still kicking around. I wonder if any of them are any good. So I imagine we'll have to wait to see then what the squad is on September the 1st, and then pick a target and then aim for that. So it seems to be at the moment our target is to finish in the top half of the table, which is it's a decent target, but I think you need to know what the target is, and but he's very quite clear that we can't finish in the top 6. We're not good enough. We're not good enough to finish in the top 6. So there you go. Now moving on to this from again London newsonline.co.uk, South London Press's online website. Like I said, publishing on Friday, so lots of stuff that I've got to get through. I'm only halfway through, another 47 minutes in. This is going to be a belter of a video. So last season was a total pain for Millwall defender Joe Bryan. The former Fulham man tried to play through the pain barrier. Last season was agony for Joe Bryan, and he literally has the scars to show for it. The left back has looked to revitalise in Millwall's friendly matches after ongoing groin surgery in late April. Bryan's problems started when he suffered an abductor injury while on loan at Nice in October 2022. Things went downhill from there. It got worse and worse, the former Fulham defender Thursday told the South London Press. It was about 8 months of bother and not feeling quite right. I've forgotten what it was like to run about and actually open up to feel free. And you kind of get used to something. It had started to feel quite like normal for me, you know. I was getting frustrated with myself and why don't I feel like the player I used to be? And I was in so much pain and I was playing through the pain. I was 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and luckily I think the procedure I've done has fixed everything. I don't want to go I'm the strongest I've ever been. And it's going to be amazing because, who knows? I've managed to get a good pre-season behind me and I'm feeling pretty fit. Always playing on painkillers and managing training loads. But when you're managing training loads, you're not out on the pitch and you're not doing the work you need to be the fittest you can be. And it's a horrible balancing act. Last season was pretty horrendous, in regards to that. Bryan's issues became so bad that he couldn't strike a ball at full force from October onwards. I wanted to make myself available, but when you play, then you're not quite at the level you want to be, so it's equally frustrating, said Bryan. Against Blackburn, I did 3 or 4 injuries in one kicking motion. I went to see the specialist, and the lads had done so well. We were near enough safe from relegation to League One, and I wasn't going to be in a position to be on the pitch and help the boys anyway. And I had a big double hernia on both sides and also abductor problems. Bryan managed to make 25 appearances, 23 of those in the Championship in his first season with the Lions. He's looked razor sharp and hungry in the tune-up fixtures. One thing I would say, so obviously he picked up these problems in Nice, and then he had a medical at Millwall and he passed it and we signed him, or we knew he had problems and, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's that about? Why are we signing crocked players who then, I guess, we have to pay for their surgeries? Do they pay for their own surgery? Like, you know, what's the deal with that? Is it on the NHS? So we find players who maybe when we signed him, we put him on the waiting list for the NHS, and then now we can have the operation. I don't know. Maybe that's why we can get these players. You know, as a fullback, you need that lateral movement, said Bryan. The ball went over my head against West Brom last season, and depending which way it goes, you turn your body that way. I opened up and I got my foot caught, and it was the injury went again. Diangana, you know, he stepped across me, and because I was in pain, I just did this lazy little foot out, and I thought, you know, this is getting worse and worse, and that was when the decision was made. And I felt I was an injury on the pitch because of the way I was feeling. And it was pretty, you know, fucking horrible. I had a big bandages in 4 places, and the surgeon said for 2 weeks you're not able to shower. I had bottles of oral morphine and diazepam and all sorts, and I was on my own in my apartment, and I'm not married, and I don't have any kids, and it was roasting hot, and I was shuffling down to the coffee shop, and then going home and sitting on my sofa, and I was doing jigsaw puzzles, and everyone at the club was excited, because we were safe, and at the end of my days, I was getting my baby wipes, and giving myself a clean, and it was a really shit time, but I've got to 30 without having any surgery, and I think I've done well to achieve that. You know, after my second season at Fulham, I probably, you know, haven't really played. And then to go back into fully training at Millwall and playing every game, it meant everything. I went rip, and I wasn't ready to do that. And we'll part that bedding in season, and hopefully this one I can show what sort of player I am, because I don't believe last year was a representation of that. The bookmakers do not fancy Millwall to compete for the top 6. Neither does Neil Harris. 12 months ago, after narrowly missing out on the playoffs, the South Londoners had been tipped to go well. Bryan said, you know, with the work that we've done in pre-season, we looked very solid, and it was disappointing on Saturday. I should have scored. It was an unbelievable ball from Romain. He's been so good in pre-season. You know, Lucas, you know, he'll be disappointed to drop that ball. But if I score, then all of a sudden you're looking at 1-1 or even a 1-0 win. And, you know, defensively shape-wise, we were really good, and that's what we've had to base ourselves on here. You know, a really solid back line and being really difficult to beat, horrible to play against. And then let the front players, the likes of Romain and Adomu, they be the fair players that they can be. And, you know, we've got Casper and we've got Sav, and you can play balls in for them. And we definitely know what we are good at. Millwall will also pay their respects to goalkeeper Matija Saki, who died in June before tomorrow's league opener against Watford. Bryan said, you know, it's still very raw for a lot of us, and it's incredibly sad, and it will be for many years to come. You know, we want to honour Matija and his family, and the way the club has gone about that is phenomenal. You know, retiring a shirt number is very good, and we'll definitely be focused on the match and wanting to get the 3 points, but equally want to pay our respects to Matty and his family, because it's such a tragic event. Indeed. Remember, get there early if you're going. Again, Neil Harris, this time again from South London Press. Neil Harris, Millwall survival success up there as one of my most satisfying managerial achievements. Not all heroes wear capes. In the case of Neil Harris and his return to the Den on February the 21st, it was Millwall training gear and pristine white trainers. Make no mistake, the Lions were in serious peril in the Championship drop when they sacked Joe Edwards after 19 games in charge. And can you believe it? Still some people believe that, oh no, we should have given Joe more time. Are you having a laugh? Harris, who was boss when Millwall went up via League One playoffs in 2017, won 8 of the 13 matches remaining. The 47-year-old has tasted success in SC16 in the managerial dugout, including a 17-game unbeaten run in the Championship in 2018 when he took them so close to a top 6 finish in their first campaign back in England's second tier. Harris's return, quitting Cambridge United, was visible in that status remaining intact. You know, it's a completely different achievement for me. I've been fortunate to be successful at Wembley, to be promoted and have a successful Championship season, he told Southland Press this week. You know, last year it was a completely different challenge. It was a squad I inherited rather than built. It was a squad that was low on confidence and used to be losing. It was a challenge of management and group management as well as tactical management. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The response of the players was evident. To stay in this division was the most important thing, and to do it in the manner we did with the environment and the characteristics we built so quickly was a huge success. It's certainly one of my top 2 or 3 successes as a manager, and I'll continue leading, galvanising and showing our changing room what is to play football for this club, to educate. However, that comes from the players as well, and their spirit and ability. Harris has bossed Millwall 261 times, including a short caretaker spell in the 2013-14 season. The Lions start the 24-25 Championship season at home to Watford tomorrow. Now, we got this. So this is the last bit of news, and then we're going to move on just to previewing the game tomorrow. So South London Press, London News Online, they've gathered together all of the local journos that cover the teams, all of the teams in the Championship, and they've done this really long piece, which I can't really go into, but what I will go through is just skip on who they think is going to get promoted, who the playoff winners are in the relegation, and I'm just going to have to do that. But if I would recommend that you check this out on londonnewsonline.co.uk. It's the 24-25 season, verdicts on Millwall, top 2 playoffs and relegation candidates. So, Elliot Jackson, the Lancashire Telegraph, covers Blackburn Rovers. He thinks it's going to be Leeds United and Luton Town who get promoted. The playoffs are going to be Burnley, Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, Coventry City. He thinks the relegated teams will be Watford, Oxford and Plymouth Argyle. Very interesting to see if any of the journalists who cover these teams will have the cojones to think that they're teams that will go down, because I'm sure the fans are not going to appreciate that. Obviously, they have to go to these clubs for a living. They go to the players to interview them. If you think they're going to go down and you say that you think they're going to go down, that's not very good for you. So we've got Dan Hargraves, who's standing in for James Pearcey. Bristol Live, covering Bristol City. He thinks it's going to be Leeds and Burnley going up, with Luton, Middlesbrough and Norwich and Sheffield United in the playoffs. He thinks it's going to be Oxford, Plymouth, Argyle and Portsmouth to get relegated. Moving on to Burnley, with Matt Scrafton of the Burnley Express. Of course he thinks Burnley's going to go up, winning it, with Leeds also going up. He thinks it's going to be Luton, West Brom, Sheffield United and Middlesbrough in the playoffs. West Brom, really, with their problems? He thinks Millwall's going to get relegated. Boo, boo, boo. Blackburn Rovers, of course, again, the local rivals Blackburn, and Plymouth Argyle is going to get relegated. Okay. Cardiff City, we've got Glenn Williams of Wales Online. He thinks it's going to be Leeds and Burnley going up. He thinks the playoffs is going to be Norwich, Sheffield United, Sunderland and Middlesbrough. Relegated is going to be Oxford, Plymouth and Millwall again. Really? Really? Again, here we go, Coventry City, Andy Turner of the Coventry Telegraph. I believe he's a former footballer. I believe that's the same Andy Turner. He thinks it's going to be Burnley and Luton going up. He thinks it's going to be West Brom, Coventry going up through the playoffs, Sheffield United and Leeds in the playoffs as well. Oxford, Blackburn and Plymouth to go down. So Derby County, we've got Lee Curtis of the Derby Telegraph. The top 2 is going to be Burnley and Leeds. He thinks Coventry, Norwich City, Luton and Sheffield United are going to be in the playoffs. And relegated, he's got Plymouth, Oxford and Portsmouth. Moving on to Hull, with Barry Cooper, the Hull Live. The whole Daily Mail. He thinks everybody thinks Burnley and Leeds are going up. So Burnley and Leeds is going up. Playoffs is going to be Middlesbrough, Luton, Coventry and Sheffield. Interestingly, he didn't put Hull in there. A lot of people, I put Hull in the playoffs. Relegated is going to be Derby, Oxford and Blackburn Rovers. Okay. Leeds United, Baron Cross. Of course, he thinks of Leeds Live. He thinks Leeds and Burnley are going to go up. The playoffs, he's got Luton, Middlesbrough, Coventry and Sheffield United. Relegated is going to be Blackburn, Derby and Oxford. Okay. Luton Town, we've got Mike Simmons of the Luton News. He thinks it's going to be Luton Town and Burnley going up, with Luton winning it. And he thinks Leeds will go up via the playoffs. So he thinks Leeds, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough and Coventry in the playoffs. And he thinks it's going to be Plymouth, Oxford and Portsmouth to go down. Middlesbrough, we've got Craig Johns of the Teesside Gazette. again, Leeds and Burnley to go up, with Middlesbrough winning in the playoffs, with Coventry and Luton, and Norwich also in the playoffs, and to be relegated. Oxford, Sheffield Wednesday and Derby. Sheffield Wednesday. Millwall, of course, Richard Cawley of the South London Press. Burnley and Sheffield United to go up. So he's going Sheffield United. Okay. He thinks Leeds, Luton, Coventry and Middlesbrough will be in the playoffs. Doesn't pick a winner though. Portsmouth, Oxford and Watford to go down. Surprise package QPR. I think they will be a surprise package in terms they're going to be suffering from a relegation run. Paddy Davitt of the Pinken thinks it's going to be Leeds and Coventry going up, with Luton going up via the playoffs, with Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, Burnley also in the playoffs. And he's got Plymouth, QPR and Derby County to go down. Like I said, QPR, I think they will be the surprise, but I think the surprise might be they might be going down. Oxford United, we've got Liam Rice of the Oxford Mail. Again, we've got Leeds and Burnley going up. We've got Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, West Brom, Coventry in the playoffs. We've got Derby County, Blackburn and Plymouth to go down. And then surprise package Millwall. So, there you go. For the Plymouth, Argyle, we've got Chris Harrington of Plymouth Live. He thinks it's going to be Leeds and Luton going up. He thinks the playoff is going to be Burnley, Coventry, Middlesbrough and Norwich. And he hasn't put Plymouth in the relegation. He's gone for Blackburn, Derby and Oxford. And again, the surprise package of QPR. Portsmouth is Neil Allen of the Portsmouth News. And they have Leeds United and Luton going up, with Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, Coventry City and Norwich City in the playoffs, with Oxford, Plymouth and Stoke to go down. Stoke, interesting. Preston North End is George Hodgson of the Lancashire Post. And that's Leeds United, Burnley to go up, with Luton Town, Sheffield United, Coventry City and Middlesbrough to go in the playoffs, and Millwall, Plymouth and Derby to go down. Boo, boo. So there you go. QPR, Dan Evans of the South London Press. Dan Evans. The top two, Burnley and Leeds United, the playoff winners, playoff teams, Sheffield United, Coventry, Middlesbrough and West Brom. And he's picking Plymouth, Derby and Oxford to go down with surprise package of Millwall. Nice one, thank you very much, sir. Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, he's got Alex Miller of the Sheffield Star. Burnley and Leeds to go up, with Luton, Middlesbrough, Coventry and Sheffield Wednesday in the playoffs. So again, surprise package Sheffield Wednesday. Oh yeah, I think Sheffield Wednesday are going to do very well. Relegation, Blackburn, Derby and Oxford. A lot of people picking Oxford to go down. No surprise really. What's happening there? Sheffield Wednesday. Oh, that was Sheffield Wednesday. This is Sheffield United. So they've had to go to a different guy to get a Sheffield United opinion. And they've decided to go to Nathan Hemmingham of BBC Yorkshire. And he's gone for Burnley and Leeds to go out. He's gone for Luton, Sheffield United, Norwich and West Brom in the playoffs. He's gone for Plymouth, Oxford and Stoke to go down. Stoke City's Pete Smith of the Sentinel. He's gone for Burnley and Leeds to go up, with Sheffield United, Coventry City, Middlesbrough and Luton to get in the playoffs, and Oxford and Plymouth and Blackburn to go down. Nearly at the end, don't worry. We've got Dominic Shaw of the Northern Echo. Boo, boo. He's gone for Leeds United and Middlesbrough to go up. So he's gone for the rivals down the road, Middlesbrough, to get promoted, which is interesting. I've gone for them to win the league. If you didn't see yesterday's video, check it out. Coventry City, Luton, Burnley and West Brom to get in the playoffs. And again, Oxford, Millwall and Hull City to go down. So he's, was that the third or fourth time we've been predicted to get relegated? Swansea City, Tom Coleman of the Wales Online. We've got Leeds United and Burnley to go up. Sheffield United, Luton, Middlesbrough and West Brom in the playoffs. Oxford, Plymouth and Blackburn to go down. And I believe this is the last penultimate one is Andrew French of the Watford Observer. Leeds United and Burnley to go up. The playoffs are Norwich, Luton, Coventry and Middlesbrough. Relegated is Cardiff, Derby and Plymouth. Okay, and I believe this is the last one. Joseph Chapman of the Birmingham Mail. Burnley and Leeds, what a surprise to get promoted. Coventry, Middlesbrough, West Brom and Luton to finish in the playoffs. And Plymouth, Blackburn and Oxford United, which I think I picked those 3 teams to go down. So there you go. Like I said, there's a lot more here that I can't get into because this video is already over an hour long. So check it out on londonnewsonline.co.uk if you can. This is the time to check out the pre-season previews. So now we're getting to the game. General information ahead of Millwall versus Watford. Millwall begin their 24-25 Sky Bet Championship season at home to Watford on Saturday. Their kick-off is 12:30 p.m. British summer time. It's not a 3 p.m. kick-off. All games in the Championship kick off at 12:30 to accommodate for Sky Plus. Ahead of kick-off, Millwall FC releases important information to make sure your match day goes smoothly as possible. With regards to travel to the Den, please note that from Monday the 29th of July, the road between Mercury Way and Sandford Walk has been closed to motor vehicles and will remain closed until further notice. The project aims to improve road safety and encourage more walking and cycling for residents, which is bullshit. The project aims to chore Millwall fans for money, which is why they run it out for the Southampton game. Did anybody get tagged in the Southampton game? Did you drive to that game and get did you get a fine? I've got a bit on that in a minute. So furthermore, Ilderton Road is closed both ways due to roadworks from the A2, Old Kent Road to Wagner Street from until 6 p.m. on 14th of October. Yes. What the hell is going on? It's like a maze. It's like a labyrinth. You can't get anywhere. You can't get hither to thither from anywhere. No wonder everyone's fucking aggro and there's riots everywhere. Everybody's pissed off. You can't do nothing. The Lions store will be open from 9 a.m. on Saturday with all 3 kits on sale, whilst the ticket office opens from 9:30. Supporters yet to collect their tickets are advised to arrive early, yes, to prevent lengthy queues from the building before kickoff, as a large crowd is expected. The club's new bag drop policy is in action for this weekend, with further details found here. Yeah, there was a meeting between Millwall Sports Club and the club on Thursday. I held out hope that they would maybe back down, but they've basically just palmed them off with a list of nonsense replies to their questions, and they're just gonna do what they want to do, because like I said they've already bought the shipping container and it needs to be paid for, so pay up. Ahead of the Mill game, Millwall Football Club will pay tribute to Mijigi Sarkic. Fans advised to take their seats early, as we've heard previously. 12 o'clock, they reckon you should get into your seat to 12 o'clock. So let's just say it's a 12 o'clock kickoff and just get in there for that. So, regarding the road closure of Coldblow Lane, Dan from Lions TV put up a video, because he had a meeting at the Den on Thursday as well. He put up a video and I got a clip from it. I shared it, but I don't think you can see it. I thought they were public, because I shared the link to the community tab on YouTube, but you can't see it. So what we're going to do, we're going to watch this. There's a film of so it's coming up next.
Oh, hang on. The famous Coldblow Lane is closed.
You see what I did? This is the clip. Go and watch his video, you'll see what happens. He drove up to it at normal speed, saw the road closed sign. Because the road wasn't closed, because obviously they're pretending that it's still open for emergency vehicles. But I tell you all about this in this video. If you haven't seen it, please share it, ladies and show everyone. In this video, be aware, Lewisham Council, ANPR traffic scam. This video, I lay it all out. They've left the road open to try and trick you to drive through it, but they're saying that it's for emergency vehicles like police cars driving through. And I've said the maps have already been updated, so the CAD system, CADS, that sends that dispatches emergency vehicles, uses a sat-nav that updates every 6 weeks. The maps have already been updated. When those sat-navs are updated, when the call comes in, the sat-navs on the emergency vehicles will not send them down this road. So it's a complete scam. It's a scam to get you to drive through here and to get you to pay £80. So Dan drove through there. He saw the road closed sign. He was at a normal speed, and he just went through it because, it wasn't blocked off. And now he's going to get a fine in the post, and that's what they want to do. They want to scam Millwall fans. So please, please, please share this video. Tell people, if you know people who drive to the games, please tell them what is happening, so they don't get that £8 fine, and they don't have to pay a fine that they don't deserve to pay. And again, one thing that was new was that the Ilderton Road is closed off. I didn't know about that. I don't know what is going on here, man. It reset. I've been talking so long, it reset itself. So there's this website called One.network. Now, I found this website last year. It is a very, very useful website in terms of knowing when there are going to be road closures and where they are. In terms of not only road closures, but in terms of like building work and stuff. Maybe road works that might cause traffic jams. And you think, well, you probably use like your sat nav, your Google Maps, whatever. The thing with this though, you've got today, so you've got the option of seeing today, you've got the option of seeing in the next 2 weeks, you've got the option of seeing in the next 3 months, and you've got the option of seeing in the next 12 months. So obviously that can change, but so we see here at the junction with Old Kent Road and the Ilderton Road, they're doing massive building works down there with massive giant flats that they're building all along the Ilderton Road. It's like, I imagine if you haven't been down there, if you don't live in the area and you haven't been down there since May when Millwall were there, you're going to be in for a bit of a shock. And we click on this, we see Ilderton Road, it's been closed between the 14th of July and the 14th of October because they got so much work going on. But not only that, what happens when they give planning permission for these flats? They get the Section 106 money, and what do? They just fuck around the roads and they narrow them. They put islands in, they put zebra crossings in, they pelican crossings. They do all this shit because they got the money to do it, and it's just an endless stream of digging up, and that's what's happening today. So that's closed. You're going to have to go around, and there you would see. But again, a cynic would say that this is designed to try and force you to drive through Coldblow Lane to escape this. A cynic would say that, but that wouldn't be me. Also, remember as well, I don't know about the P12. The P12 goes down Ilderton Road. One would assume that it's diverted, and normally when it's diverted, they don't stop at the stop, so I don't know what's going on with that. Whether they just go on a diversion and pick it up where they're going to, so maybe you want to watch out for that. So yeah, One.network, Causeway, One.network, the UK version, the live map. Check it out, get it in your favourites, bookmark it, add it to your home screen. Check that out if you're travelling to the Den or wherever you are. Now moving on to this, Millwall message board for the 24-25 Watford game. It's returned. So we have the first message of the new season. Saturday is 4-year-old Ronnie's first time at the Den. He will be attending with his grandpa, who's been a season ticket holder and member for over 50 years, as well as his uncle Nick and auntie Mariah, who all support Millwall and have been members for many years. Also attending is Ronnie's dad, who's a Swindon Town fan. But we'll keep that quiet. We hope you have a great day from the Coldblow Lane. Upper love Mummy, Daddy and Molly, his sister. So I assume she's not going because she looks to be younger. So there you go. Ronnie is going to his first game. Lovely jubbly. So there you go. If you want to be featured in future Millwall message boards for future Millwall home games, email slo@millwallfc.co.uk with the occasion and any pictures that you may have. I'm going to pause for a drink because I've been talking so long my throat is getting a bit tickly. Now, again, The matchday mascots for Millwall versus Watford, introducing Millwall's matchday mascots for Saturday's Sky Bet Championship visit of Watford. First up, we have Antonio Gonella. So Saturday's Junior Lions mascot is Antonio Gonella. Antonio is 11 years old and will be starting secondary school in September. His hobbies are playing football, and he plays for Orpington FC and various other sports as well as art and drawing. And his favourite player is Zion Fleming. Next up, we have Charlie Hart. Charlie's 10. His hobbies include football, reading, drawing, spending time with his family and going to Millwall. His favourite player is Jake Cooper, and he predicts a 2-1 win for the Lions. Next up, we have, in a PSG shirt, I hope he's not wearing that tomorrow, Harry Newport-Allen. So there you go. Harry Newport-Allen is 6 years old and enjoys football and swimming. Jafat Tanganga is his favourite Lion, whilst he also predicts a 2-1 win for Millwall this weekend. Next up, we have Matilda Holroyd. Matilda is 4. She enjoys painting, football, dancing, and her favourite player is George Honeyman. And Matilda predicts a 5-5 draw. Wow! In this weekend's match. 5-5 draw. What's going to happen there? Both of the goalies get sent off, and damn, that would be some result. Not beyond the realms. I mean, did you see the result in today's game? 4-2. So not like, wouldn't rule it out, but I wonder who would score 5 goals from Millwall. Maybe there'll be 5 own goals by Watford. There you go. Next up, we have Rory Newman. Rory, 6 years old. His favourite Millwall player is George Honeyman, and his hobbies are listed as dancing and football. He predicts a 1-1 draw against Watford. I think Rory might be closer to the real score there. A 1-1 draw seems about what I would say. Now let's get on to the predictions of what we're going to do. We're looking at this first. Why it's the historical record of Millwall versus Watford matches is sorted in that way. This is from 11v11.com. Why do we do that? Because past performance does not indicate future performance, as they say when they're trying to sell you stock market shares. But this is a fixture that we win a hell of a lot of, until quite recently when Watford did quite well and got the Premier League. But you can see in many years, the first 30 years since we played them, 1920 to 1950, they only won 2 times out of 10. And the next win was 7 years after that. And until the 1980s, they didn't really beat us. They beat us 3 times in a row there, 2 times in a row, 1995 and 1997. Then our worst ever time against them, 2004, was that 5 games without a win, 2 defeats, a draw, and another 2 defeats, one of which was a 6-1 defeat, which must be up there with one of our worst defeats ever at home. Probably both at the old ground and definitely at the new ground. 6-1. Damn, that's rough. That was a rough game. But since then, since Watford's star has kind of failed away, we are currently on the streak of 1, 2, 3, 4 games without losing at home to Watford. Not only that, incredibly though, in 4 games against us at the Den, Watford have not scored a goal. 1-0 in the FA Cup in 2017, in 2021 a 0-0 draw. After that in 2022 a 3-0 win, and last season in March, recently this year, a 1-0 home win. So they haven't scored against us in 4 games. Wow, what does that suggest? Either that continues or they're going to score, because obviously when we have a run that goes along, the longer the mathematical law is that the longer that the run goes on, the higher the chance is that the other thing will happen. If you imagine a roulette table where it's you spin the ball, it comes up red, it comes up red, it comes up red. If you bet on red again, well why not? Because it's come up red 3 times in a row. But you would think, well, it's come up red 3 times in a row, black must be coming up soon, so you bet on black. And the longer that goes on, you go like, if it's 19 reds in a row, which would be insane, 20 reds in a row. Like if you bet on another red on the 21st, you're probably an idiot, because it's got to be either the wheel's fixed or like there's something going on. So here we go. In terms of, I don't know in terms of opening games against Watford, but obviously today the game will be held on the 10th of August. So have we ever played them in August at home at the Den? A game there, the 24th of August in 1953. It was a 1-0 win in the 3rd Division South. A game here on the 25th of August was a 6-0 win in Division 3. Hey ho, 1962. The year after, 1963, not so good, the complete reversal, a 3-0 defeat. How fickle fate can be. 12th of August, so that's the closest one. That was in the League Cup, so that probably would have been a midweek game. That was a 2-0 defeat. Any other games in August? Not really. No. So, yeah, there you go. So that's the history. What about the right here, right now? Well, let's have a look at whoscored.com. As you can see, the last 6 games at the Den. It's 3 wins for Millwall, 2 draws and 1 win for Watford. 7 goals for Millwall, 4 goals for Watford. We have had, 4 clean sheets. They've had 1 clean sheet. And yellow cards pretty even, 11 to 13. Okay. There's the table. Oh, we're 13th. Not bad. Obviously nothing to report in terms of form. Someone thinks Watford are gonna win, which is interesting. So let's move on to the prediction from whoscored.com. See if they pick some team. Apparently Watford play 5 at the back these days. They play 5-3-1-1. So that would suggest that their threats are going to come down the wing. So Ryan Leonard going to be very busy. But for some reason they put Ryan Leonard in midfield. So is that an option? We haven't seen that so far pre-season in terms of having McNamara and Leonard on the bench. You would assume Esse will get the nod, but I don't know about that. One thing I would say, if you do have Leonard there, you could effectively, when we're going forward, if Leonard is going forward, or if we're on the other side of the pitch, he could tuck in and McNamara could push on. And we effectively go 3-5-2 with Bryan and Tanganga and Cooper staying back, but McNamara pushing up. Or maybe even Bryan pushing up. I don't know. But I don't think this is what's going to be happening. I think it's just someone who doesn't know the Millwall squad has had to pick out a team. So, prediction. Neil Harris's return coincided with a major upturn in form last season. Millwall ended the campaign with 5 successive victories as they soared clear of the relegation battle. With limited investment, bettering last year's 13th place finish seems highly unlikely, although the goals of former Notts County star Macaulay Langstaff should help. Watford ended last season in a worrying vein of form, and there are a few signs that the new campaign will start in a more positive way. The Hornets have a rookie manager in Tom Kavalli and have made limited moves in the transfer market. In particular, the lack of a goal threat is a major concern, as Vakun Bayo and Mileta Rakovic have both struggled last season. But they do predict Millwall 1, Watford 0. So we've got 1-0 to Millwall. Moving on to this from Sports Mole. I think I'm going to use these this season. They've got a pretty decent write-up here, because they've included the pre-season, so I think they know what they're talking about. Millwall and Watford get their championship campaign underway with a showdown at the Den on Saturday afternoon. This is from sportsmole.co.uk, by the way. Both sides are full of optimism, really, having made managerial appointments in 24 that they hope will lead to much improved seasons this season. Having won 8 of his 13 matches in charge of Millwall after his February return, there was an argument that Neil Harris was one of the managers of the year in last season's championship. Well, half a year, because he wasn't there for a year, was he? The spurt of victories took the Lions from relegation candidates to a 13th place finish, the expectation being that they can now challenge for the playoffs. Off the pitch, Mill was still handling the tragic passing with goalkeeper Matija Sarkic leaving the club needed to find a new number one, with Lucas Jensen and Liam Roberts having been brought into the club. Notts County forward Macaulay Langstaff has also been added to the attack, with goals having not always been forthcoming in the 23-24 season. That has remained the case in pre-season, though, with Millwall scoring just 7 times in their 6 fixtures. As for Watford, Tom Kavalli has been appointed as their coach on a permanent basis, having impressed the club's powers that be while in interim charge. Just 2 defeats were posted during a testing 9-match period to conclude last season. The Hornets' hierarchy seemingly taking a different approach to their previous hire and fire regime. Ismail Koney's big money switch to Marseille should free up the purse strings over the coming weeks, although the likes of Udinese centre-back Antonio Tikvik, left-back Yasa Lucci, and midfielder Musa Sissoko have already moved to Vicarage Road. Watford came through a hectic summer schedule with just 2 wins, although they concluded the 8-game stretch with a 1-1 draw versus Brentford. And you can see here the pre-season form. So they only had 1 win in their last 6 pre-season games. And Millwall, obviously, we lost to... Who did we lose to? We lost to Nottingham Forest, and we lost to... we did lose to Colchester. So I don't know if they're including that, because that was behind closed doors. Maybe they don't know about that. And we did lose to Southampton, so... there you go. With Jafet Tenga remaining as an unused substitute against Southampton, a defender may have to make do with spot on Millwall substitutes bench. Oh no, he's suspended, so you don't know about that. Wes Harding got back into the team, but Tom Bradshaw may get a nod over Langstaff down the middle of the attack. Meanwhile, Kavalli would only be able to take encouragement from his side earning a draw with Brentford last time out. Unless he opts for a more attack-minded strategy, the same Watford side could be selected with Akun Bayer getting the nod up front. Ken Sema is an option in a wide area, although Jeremy Nagagia seems more likely to get the nod, and they have a possible starting lineup. They've gone with a back 3 of Cooper, Harding, Hutchison, Bryan. But they think Hutchison's going to play right back, or I don't think they know what they're talking about. But they say Millwall 1, Watford 1. This is all the makings of being an extremely tight encounter with both sides avoiding defeat with regularity during last season's running. On that note, we can only back a low-scoring draw, a result that would satisfy the visitors more so than their hosts. Indeed, as mentioned, if we don't win this game, given the history of Millwall versus Watford games, anything other than win is a bad result. And the poll has taken place. There's a poll. 78% of people who voted in this poll think that Millwall will win that game. So the expectation is Millwall to win. So there you go. Like I said, anything other than a win is going to be a failure. Now, moving on to this from SkySports.com, I think they changed it this season. Prutton's predictions are no more. I think they brought in a betting man from Sky Bet, I think, to do this. Some guy called Jones, I think, tips up the week fixtures. Millwall versus Watford, Saturday 12:30pm, of course, live on Sky Sports Plus. Watford could be on a slippery slope. Since relegation, they missed the opportunity and advantage of the parachute payments by finishing in 11th in 22-23 and 15th in 23-24. Now they find themselves with an unbalanced squad, lacking quality and led by a rookie manager in Tom Kavalli, who looks thrown in the deep end. This looks like a season where Watford will require someone with a cool head, full of experience to navigate through what could be murky waters. And Kavalli surely isn't that man. Oh, he doesn't like him, does he? Even if Kavalli is inevitably fired, there is such a lack of faith in the Watford hierarchy to get any subsequent appointment right. It has to make them vulnerable to relegation this season. They are 7-2 with Sky Bet for the drop, and I wouldn't put anyone off getting involved at those odds. And they predicts Millwall 1, Watford 0. So he goes on to say how bad Watford are, and then he predicts us just to beat them 1-0. C'est la vie. And on that note, after 1 hour and 30 minutes of waffling on, If you're still here and you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for listening and watching, and goodbye.